everybody.
Yo.
I guess I'm fresh meat.
That's
So I'm Dennis. Nice to meet y'all. So I wrote this last week, so I guess that makes it new old shit.
That's some new shit.
Alright. So the name of this piece is That One Time I Disappointed a Famous Author and Felt Some Guilt I Still Can't Get Over. So let's kick it. Zadie Smith, searing in her prose, freckled and light-skinned and grounded and composed, writing the white teeth from the transatlantic breeze liberated from the burden to please. Simply writing in the skins of borrowed lives, a mosaic comprised of disparate ties and a mutual interconnect of pedestrian pain, that ingraining of contrast and color. She painted in tongues and blended the buzz, shifting her keys from funereal to ease, her lips curled slightly in an upward tease, pretty, broadly speaking. So at least, when I didn't bring her book to the signing, I couldn't meet those piercing amber retinas, reading me and stripping me and withering. In our polite exchange of conversational white noise, I don't know if I wanted to whip myself for tripping up 7 years ago.
Stop that shit, Chloe.
I took a seminar on immigrant fiction where she dropped in to do Q&A, and now up to today, I remember asking her, Miss Smith, do you believe? And I could not conceive when I retrieved the memory of how those words were heaped, I must have taken a bump of that white man confidence. You know that terrible lightness of being, when you could float through the air without the yoke of questioning belonging. Do you believe that we live in a post-racial society? Oh, brother. Oh, fucking please. Me, high on Barack and the rhetoric of that New Jersey slick gangsta talk, punctuated by forays into off-Broadway plays and Woody Allen and Bagels Rising Before the Sun, and the smell of the Meadowlands and David Tyree, and the giants spitting in the face of patriotic perfection, and Jewish delicatessens and police transgressions and emergent polemics in the World Trade Center paved over and made no better. I remember my older sister texting me in 2008, he won. It felt like we had hit an inflection point where we could spend less time dodging being put in a box and more so falling hard for possibility that my skin and complexion, drunk on hope and succession, so desperate for that affirmation, was goodness inherent and not a pony show for others to resent and to mirror. Or maybe because my muse at the time was a blonde Connecticut beach princess, I was feeling blessed and ascending, gassed up a little, and self-loathing pathetic, seeking warmth in warm bodies, my Stockholm squeeze, masking white supremacy. You see, the body politic can make you sick, or maybe just being told repeatedly that you've got a tiny dick, or that weaving pretty words is a pretty trick, or that to be Han Chinese, and the eldest son was too compartmentalized to be a jade block of masculinity, in a country where you were told constantly you were ugly and lesser. My father said, Chinese people are not good looking, but work hard. Then marched down the aisle at my sister's wedding in a tailored gray Prada suit. As if vanity was something we could choose, as if drip is anything else but a sign that you are dying inside and it's leaking. As if vanity was something we could choose, as if drip is anything else but a sign that you are dying inside and it's leaking. When your father, with whom you still speak, left home to hard reset his life when you were 18, with a woman 7 years older than you were, that particular number has no fortune. Your inheritance was spores and death and starvation, the killing of the learned, the flaying of academics, the scorching of books, the blindness of progress, where the motherland has championed 8, because in Mandarin, Ba sounds like fa, which means fortune. For the luck we create, as if money could abate, as if things are a substitute for beauty and grace. And there's miscellaneous snapshots of space being invaded, kissed on the cheek by a drunk Baptist, who married to keep up and not keep out, who I speculate cannot reconcile that a husband is more than just fucking. She said it was because Asian men are so beautiful. Well, I guess I have the skin of a goddamn dolphin, because Asians are never Asian. But don't eye me like the striations and sea bass at the market, or when my ass was squeezed by a white lady wearing dreads who breathed into my ear. I love the way that feels at Raleigh Noir. Right as I leaned up on the bar before she shoved me aside, I was getting drinks from my Puerto Rican ex and my friends of color because we were kicked out of Cornerstone for ripped jeans and Jordans and I guess being other. Strange how quickly a place turns hostile when the vibe goes stale after staying a while. So back to Miss Smith.
Okay.
My memory fictionalized the flaring of the nostril and the widening of the eyes, the impulse to opt out of compromise. Perhaps I imagined a tinge of fight or flight, an internal debate to make things right or get time of day in a microscopic moment, so many words slated to rush out like a tidal wave, to address that missing perception, or perhaps a real-time correction, perhaps a pithy response with authorial flair, a poetic reprieve with syllables scintillating, the type that scared you straight and become a prayer against future wrongdoing. Nah. She just replied, no, I don't believe that is the case. So with a quick dismissal, she put me in my place, and since then I've chased the inverse of feeling a race to walk through the atmosphere and feel the ground beneath my toes. I know she knows how heavy it is some days to breathe. I know she knows how much we bled and fled from long duck dong and 16 candles and fought positive perceptions aside the mantles. To act as a monolith for the masses, memorial and cower, is to squeeze blood from a stone and stand stolid and proud. So to be human, still learning, the act of loving yourself, means speaking facts to your demons and raising some hell.